And a very good morning to you, Grenada, on a rainy Wednesday morning here on the Spice Isle. My dear friends, I'm George Grant saying welcome to today's edition of Good Day Grenada. We're happy that you're with us here for today's edition. It's going to be a good program. We got a lot of stuff going on here. And so we're not going to waste any time. We're going to get right into it. This morning, we're going to be talking about the industrial action, which has been taking place here for the past few days. And it looks like it's escalating, although there is hope, because I understand that I think they were supposed to get started at 8:30 this morning, the unions and government and everybody else supposed to be holding some talks. So we're going to take a look at that this morning. We are also going to bring you the national report. And in addition to that, we'll take a look at what's making the rounds on social media. Despite the weather here this morning, there's a really nice cruise ship in town. And a couple big ones coming tomorrow as well. So we'll tell you a bit about that as the program wears on. But right now, let's get into this industrial action. I'm going to share with you a couple of press releases which I received yesterday. The first one here says that the Grenada Technical and Allied Workers Union on Monday informed the leader of the government negotiating team, Cabinet Secretary Beryl Isaac, that the public sector workers represented by GTAWU will be engaging in intermittent days of reflection as a result of the unreasonable proposed reduction in the gratuity of public workers from 25% to 2%. Okay. The Union and Uniformed Services Associations have been awaiting a response to our proposals since mid-October and are yet to be given an opportunity to discuss the same with the negotiating team. We shall only resume normal industrial relations when the government of Grenada becomes serious about its commitments made prior to the 2018 elections, as we seek to ensure a decent level of living for our retired workers, past and present. The first 2 days of reflection shall be Tuesday, November 13th, that's yesterday, and Wednesday, November 14th. Please be guided accordingly. All right? That was the statement which came out from GTAWU yesterday. Now, the government followed up with the following release, which is captioned, Government Preparing to File an Injunction. See what I meant when I said things are heating up? Let me quote here for you. The government of Grenada says it will move to protect people's health care at the General Hospital and other facilities should top medical officials join a call for industrial action by the Public Workers Union. Sources at the Ministry of Legal Affairs say that the government is preparing to file an injunction against any strike in the healthcare services sector which fails to recognize the law. There are restrictions on industrial action in essential services, such as the health sector. According to the source, the court injunction would be filed before the end of this week. Okay? The PWU has announced that it is joining industrial action, which up until now has been limited to teachers over the dispute over gratuity payments. The government source says that the administration is concerned that the health care of ordinary Grenadians could be compromised by action that is not legal under the labor statutes. On Tuesday, public workers officially joined industrial action inspired by the Grenada Union of Teachers. But government officials said that the majority of public servants showed up for duty on Tuesday. A check at the ministerial complex, the Ministry of Finance, and the Customs and Ports indicate that operations there were normal. And that, Pilgrims, is the text of a release which was issued sometime yesterday afternoon by the GIS on behalf of the government of Grenada. Now, as I mentioned to you, at about 8:30 this morning, a meeting was supposed to get underway between the unions and the Labor Commissioner. And later on today, we'll know the outcome of that one. All right? Now, we still have a lot to talk about this morning. I do have an editorial piece, I guess you might refer to it as, written by a gentleman by the name of Mr. William Joseph. It is captioned, "Speaking Up, Disrupting the Winner." And this comes on the heels of the recent referendum. As many of you know, actually he told us on the air here that he was voting yes at the CCJ referendum. And now that the referendum has come and gone, he does have some things to say. And we're going to be sharing those with you in a little bit. But first, we're going to get to today's national report from the GIS, and then we'll hear what Mr. Joseph has to say. But of course, we'll take a little break first.
Pure Grenada, the Isle of Spice, is more than a slogan. Grenada boasts some of the world's best spices like nutmeg, mace, clove, ginger, turmeric, and true cinnamon. These clean and naturally safe pesticide-free spices that were once available only in local markets are now one mouse click away at GRENADABROADCAST.com. Our spices are responsibly harvested in small batches to preserve freshness, unlike some bulk spices that sit around in silos all year round. Log on to www.GRENADAMarket.com and shop for Grenada's best spices. GRENADAMarket.com. When you can't come to the island, the products of the island will come to you.
Spread some cheer and show you care with Grenlec's Give a Wish promotion. Do you know someone who has had a challenging year and deserves some good fortune, or a worthy cause that needs extra support? Grant them a wish this holiday season with Grenlec. Just pay your bill in full, then write their name, address, and phone number on the top portion of your bill. Add your phone number and drop it into the wish box at any of our Grenlec customer centers, or you can enter online via our Facebook page. 15 customers will receive a $500 electricity voucher for giving a wish to someone who deserves it, and 15 winners will each have their wish granted, valued at up to $1,500. What's more, 230 lucky customers will win $75 electricity vouchers. Spread the cheer this year with Grenlec's Give a Wish promotion. Visit our website or Facebook page for more information. Terms and conditions apply. Promotion ends December 21st.
Conveniently located in the Grandand Shopping Center, for over 40 years, Food Fair has provided quality service at affordable prices. Now, grocery shopping is made easier and more convenient from the Food Fair web store.
Hey, babe. Listen, I need you to go down to Food Fair to get some groceries.
All right, no problem. Right away.
Thanks, babe. What are you doing? You're supposed to be going Food Fair to get a grocery, man.
I am, but didn't you know you can order your groceries online from the Food Fair web store?
Are you serious?
Of course. All you have to do is just to log on to www.foodfair.gd with credit card in hand, and with an order of $100 or more, Food Fair Granadas will deliver up to 3 miles away. And you don't even have to worry about your information, you know. Their safety measures are excellent.
So hold on. You just order online and Food Fair will deliver to you?
Yep,
Oh, baby, better hurry up and order, man.
I already did. They should be here any minute now.
Enjoy easy online shopping anytime from your home or office from the Food Fair web store. Food Fair, where you can fill your baskets without emptying your pockets.
Why wish upon a star? For Frank is better by far. Whatever you're wishing for this Christmas, will give you low interest and no fuss.
Co-op Bank is making Christmas wishes come true. Fix up your home, treat your loved ones, and get everything on your Christmas list this year with our no-fuss loans. As we count down the 12 days to Christmas, you can win awesome prizes every day. Special terms and conditions apply.
Christmas wishes come true with Co-op Bank and you.
Welcome home.
Alrighty, folks, we are now 12 minutes into today's edition of Good Day Grenada. And just before I fire up the national report here from the GIS, want to say good morning to our friends out there this morning. Gloria Dabrio. Hello there, Gloria. She's saying good morning from a cold Brooklyn. And she's saying, God bless Grenada. Girl, we need all the blessings you can send our way. Please keep us in your prayers every day. There's also a note from Glenna Knights, who's saying good morning to Grenada on Facebook. And Nolita Roots, I think that's the way to pronounce it, Roots, R-U-I-Z. And she's saying hi to Grenada. Hi, Nolita. T.F. Richards is saying, good morning, Mr. Grant, and the listening audience from a cold, cold Brooklyn. Who told you go to Brooklyn? We don't, it's not cold here, but it's raining. Yeah. And, a little while ago, I took a look at the satellite picture, and it looks like it's going to be pretty overcast for most of the day. We had quite a bit of rain last night. For some reason, last night I woke up several times. Went to bed this morning maybe about 1:30. Probably woke up about 4 times between that and 6:30 this morning. And every time I did, it was raining. It was raining here in St. George. Fitzroy Adams is saying, good morning, George. I guess the only this government could understand is when, I guess he means, let's see here. I guess the only thing this government could understand is when serious action has been taken. Yeah. As a little boy growing up, my parents used to tell my younger brother and me, if you can't hear, you'll feel. Huh. Okay, so tell you what, let's get into today's edition of the National Report, and I'm sure you're going to be hearing a lot more about that dispute. Here we go.
Government says acceding to unions' demands could bring some key programs to a halt. Details to this story and more coming up in the National Report. Welcome back with the National Report for today, Tuesday, November 13th, 2018. I am Wendy Edmond. The Grenada government says if it is to find an additional $21 million to pay gratuity to under 2,000 public workers, it could bring key programs to a halt. Trade Minister Oliver Joseph said Tuesday that the Housing Repair Program, the Debushing Program and the Imani Youth Program could be among the casualties.
If the government is to agree with the union's proposal, then the poor man out in St. David's who looking for 2 fortnights, or Mr. Samuel who waiting for me to repair his roof and build a toilet on him, there will be no money left for that. Or the 1,300 Imanis that we're taking on, there will be no money left. The money will have to be used to meet this bill.
Joseph says to be able to service other sectors of people in the economy, it offered the unions a higher pension with a lower gratuity payment, which described as an advancement of pension payment. Under the government's plan, according to Joseph, workers will get on average a monthly payment of $1,900 a month, $400 more than they will receive under the union's current demands. Joseph said that will transfer the burden of a huge upfront payment that he said is not sustainable.
This amount, first of all, is not affordable, neither is it sustainable. If you have to find $21 million additionally to add to the payroll, it means that you will have to cut back on a number of areas.
The minister said, unlike what has been claimed in some areas, there was never an arrangement for a 25% gratuity payment. He said the government has kept both the spirit and the letter of the Memorandum of Understanding it signed with workers earlier this year.
The union demand will add up to $21 million annually to the payroll, bringing the cost of pension to approximately $74 million annually.
Joseph also said to agree to the demands will also break the law regarding the Fiscal Responsibility Act.
If we breach the Fiscal Responsibility Act, it means that the financial pledges that we have, we will not receive it. It means that hundreds of millions of dollars in grant funding will not come to the state because of the breach of the Fiscal Responsibility Act.
The government of Grenada says it will move to protect people's health care at the General Hospital and other facilities should top medical officials join a call for industrial action by the Public Workers Union. Sources at the Ministry of Legal Affairs say that the government is preparing to file an injunction against any strike in the healthcare services sector which fails to recognize the law. There are restrictions on industrial action in essential services such as the health sector. According to the source, the court injunction would be filed before the end of the week. The PWU has announced that it is joining industrial action, which up until now has been limited to teachers over the dispute over gratuity payments. A government source says that the administration is concerned that the health care of ordinary Grenadians could be compromised by action that is not legal under the labor statutes. On Tuesday, public workers officially joined industrial action inspired by the Grenada Union of Teachers. But government officials said that the majority of public servants showed up for duty on Tuesday. A check at the ministerial complex, the Ministry of Finance, and the Customs and the ports indicate that operations there were normal. This is the National Report. More news after the break.
Big business don't participate.
The cabinet has decided that in accordance with law, if you withhold your labor, then the employer can withhold its wages. So if you did not provide labor, then you should not expect to be paid for days that you did not work. And therefore, workers who did not show up for work, on the days on which they did not work, the salary will be deducted for days not worked.
Minister for Trade Honorable Oliver Joseph addressing the current impasse between the government and the public sector trade unions during the government's weekly post-cabinet briefing on Tuesday. At the heart of the impasse is pension restoration and reform, which prompted the leadership of the teachers union to urge their members to stay at home for 2 days last week and 3 days this week. Workers represented by the PWU have also been asked not to report to work on Tuesday and Wednesday. Minister Joseph also says the comparison being made by union officials regarding gratuity for parliamentarians is not a basis for anything going forward, especially since the formula is different from that of public servants. In a release to its members titled Gratuity a Must, the Public Workers Union said after only 4 years or 1 term in office, parliamentarians receive full gratuity and continue to receive gratuity every 4 years they remain in office. He says that they are not painting an accurate picture.
Every 5 years, you must go to the polls to seek a mandate from the people to be re-elected, to get your job. If after 1 term, and you're not re-elected, you don't get a pension because you have to serve 8 years to get a pension. And you have to be age 55. So they're not telling you the full story, you know. If you make 8 years, so Kate Lewis and Kindra who are in the early 30s, if they make 2 terms, right? And say 32 and 8 is 40, they have to wait until 55 years to get a pension.
The last time parliamentarians received an increase was 23 years ago. On to this next story. Government's negotiating team had asked the Grenada Union of Teachers negotiators on pension payments to return to the table in a letter that was addressed November 6th that appeared to have been ignored. A letter seen by members of the media Tuesday was responding to a letter a few days earlier by the Grenada Union of Teachers. The response said the negotiating team was confused by the new position of the GUT, especially since they were involved in joint negotiations. The negotiating team also said that what it reviewed as a counter-proposal by the GUT added to further confusion. The letter signed by head of the Pensions Committee invited the teachers to return to the table to clarify the many issues, but it appeared that the request was ignored. Finally, in the newscast, Grenada's Labour Commissioner met Tuesday with a delegation of 7 persons to get background information on the issue of pension and gratuity for further discussions with the unions. Tuesday's meeting at the Ministry of Labour conference room included 3 representatives from the Pension Engagement Committee, 1 from the Ministry of Finance and 3 from the Pension Secretariat. And acting in accordance with the dispute procedure in the Labour Relations Act, the Labour Commissioner has called a meeting with the unions and staff associations for 8:30 a.m. on Wednesday, 14th November 2018, where it is anticipated that they will lay out their case. And that's a wrap on the National Report for today, Tuesday, November 13th, 2018. On behalf of all of us in the newsroom, I am Wendy Edmond, thanking you for viewing.
Okay, there you have it. That's your GIS report for this Wednesday morning. Now, while you were listening to that, there's a comment that popped up here on Facebook from Margaret Francis. Hello, Mags. How's the Big Apple this morning? I don't have to ask. It's cold, right? She says, it is absolutely disgusting that this government would use class warfare to pit people against each other. The same poor people Joseph is talking about. Their children's books and other school supplies are provided and paid for by the very teachers they are trying to stiff. Thank you, Margaret. Yeah. Okay, folks, I'll tell you what. We shall now continue. We'll take a little break here. Oh, by the way, when I do that, you know why I'm doing that, eh? Yeah? Have you seen the beautiful picture out there this morning? Everything's going hunky-dory. Well, let's see what happens when we get to the next segment. Take a break. Come on back.
Can I have a chicken lunch, please? Large.
Real nice today.
Mm-mm. I don't want that.
But you just asked for a chicken lunch.
I don't have problem with the lunch. Afraid the container.
What is the problem with it?
These styrofoam containers, they don't good for the environment. They shorten with life.
What foolishness you telling me? So what you want me to use?
Put my food in this.
Where you get that?
At the food fair, where you could get all biodegradable food boxes and disposable food supplies like cups, plates, anything you could think about. Name it, it's there. And they don't harm the environment. Food fair, taking the lead in cleaning up and protecting the environment. Hey, like you take me advice, you get in your biodegradable food supplies.
Well, girl, I supporting who's supporting the environment. That is why I shop in at food fair.
Food fair, where you can fill your baskets without emptying your pockets. Products distributed by Hubbard's agency, Kirani James Boulevard.
Juve chocolates, cocoa nibs, and cocoa balls from Diamond Estate Grenada are now available at Amazon.com, Amazon.ca, Amazon.co.uk, and GrenadaMarket.com. Try the sensational touch of nutmeg and a touch of ginger chocolates, 75% dark and rich, 100% pure cocoa, and their 60% dark and sweet chocolate bars today. Amazon Prime members enjoy free shipping on these orders in the USA, Canada, and Europe. GrenadaMarket.com. When you can't come to the island, the products of the island will come to you.
Spread some cheer and show you care with Grenlex Give a Wish promotion. Do you know someone who has had a challenging year and deserves some good fortune or a worthy cause that needs extra support? Grant them a wish this holiday season with Grenlex. Just pay your bill in full, then write their name, address, and phone number on the top portion of your bill. Add your phone number and drop it into the wish box at any of our Grenlex customer centers, or you can enter online via our Facebook page. 15 customers will receive a $500 electricity voucher for giving a wish to someone who deserves it, and 15 winners will each have their wish granted, valued at up to $1,500. What's more, 230 lucky customers will win $75 electricity vouchers. Spread the cheer this year with Grenlex Give a Wish promotion. Visit our website or Facebook page for more information. Terms and conditions apply. Promotion ends December 21st.
Why wish upon a star? For bank is better by far. Whatever you're wishing for this Christmas, we'll give you low interest and no fuss.
Co-op Bank is making Christmas wishes come true. Fix up your home, treat your loved ones, and get everything on your Christmas list this year with our no-fuss loans. As we count down the 12 days to Christmas, you can win awesome prizes every day. Special terms and conditions apply.
Christmas wishes come true with Co-op Bank and you.
Welcome home.
Okay, we're 30 minutes into this morning's program. Things are going just fine. Now, there's a gentleman by the name of William Joseph, self-described policy analyst, and in the run-up to the referendum, Mr. Joseph was very vocal. He made it very clear that he was voting yes, that Grenada accede to the appellate jurisdiction of the CCJ. Mr. Joseph is known to be a very outspoken person, and now that the referendum has come and gone, he does have some more things to say. And yesterday, I published on the GrenadaBroadcast.com website, which is right where you are, his latest. It is captioned, Speaking up, disrupting the winner. Here goes. Very interesting. Papa Jerry gathered a bundle of characteristics and composed a calypso entitled The Grenadian Ruler recently. Indeed, there is a massive difference between a ruler and a leader. The ruler is one who consumes himself with power and exercises it on his own terms and lords it over the people. He is usually assisted by packs of conscripts. Where a nation finds itself under a ruler, that nation is on a very slippery slope. In such conditions, one will find serious negatives regarding the state of the society and unhappiness with the quality of governance. The biblical standard of leadership is described as a spirit of excellence. It consists of one's attitude towards people and one's attitude towards the management of resources. Here, the respect for others and inspiration of the people, plus a commitment of service to the nation and accountability, work together to produce a standard bearer, a leader. Perfection is not required. Therefore, allowances must be made for errors of judgment, genuine mistakes, and certain cultural pastimes. The defining feature on a balance of the evidence is the pattern and flavor of governance in Grenada under Prime Minister Mitchell, an unmatched electoral winner. Additionally, look to see whether he has put nation before self and party on a reasonably consistent basis. Frankly, many will struggle to answer in his favor. Last week's referendum called for leadership, which was plainly not provided. Every change process requires leadership for success. A committee of various players cannot provide leadership. The inspiration needed to come from the head of government. The Prime Minister failed his nation. A leader dedicated to service to the nation would inspire the people to achieve a major shift with an opportunity of huge national importance. It is very wrong to treat the business of the nation as if it were restricted to material, financial, and economic welfare. There are very important social causes and values which help to underpin and to define a people and to establish them as a nation. Parliament makes laws, and the government plans for the provision of justice through the courts. Whether in Parliament or in Cabinet, we are talking about politicians. What is crucial is that those in Parliament and in the Cabinet should not use the laws and arrangements for personal advantage or to hurt other citizens or to abuse public resources or to fetter and deny justice. Justice is not a partisan issue. In fact, it goes to the core of the governance system and is to be treated with a high degree of statesmanship by a prime minister From the onset, the Prime Minister should have addressed the nation very solemnly on the goal of replacing the Privy Council with the CCJ. He did not, preferring to make statements elsewhere. Yes, he spoke on the matter in Parliament, but that is no substitute for a national address where every citizen is being spoken to directly. Equally, he ought to have developed a strategy to achieve his objective, ensuring that proper arrangements, including adequate funding and the support of the opposition and civil society, were tightly in place before any public announcement. The absence of a coherent strategy suggests that the Prime Minister relied on other factors. He now knows that massive victories at the poll do not translate to support on everything. It is not a blank check. Alas, the lesson is too late. There are areas of public affairs which should not be the subject of party rivalry. Justice is one of them. Others are the treatment of our youth and poor people. On General Election Day, a winner is declared, but the role goes to a leader. Having elected a leader, we then turn around and say that that leader should not promote the CCJ. I disagree. What he must not do is to dress the issues in personal and partisan robes. Can it be said that the government has a policy on justice? Justice is a matter of grave importance, and the Prime Minister is required to treat it accordingly and on a consistent basis. Having lost the referendum, his immediate retreat to the comfort of having 15 seats and other boasts exposed a ruler's mindset. The people did not expect to be told, "You're on your own, count me out." Stumbling upon good ratings by external entities after 20 years is no indicator of consistently appropriate leadership. There is something very powerful about pattern and habit. That is, they are reliable predictors of behavior. Up to this point, Grenada has had a very efficient winner who has failed to be a leader of celebratory repute. And now, it's too late to expect, far less to get, more and better. That, Pilgrims, was written by Mr. William Joseph, social commentator, if you will, policy analyst, and somebody who actually voted yes in the recent referendum. Now, let's get back here. Let's see here. On Facebook, Lydia James is saying, "Good morning, George and Grenada." Good morning, Lydia. T.F. Richards is saying, "This leader of this nation and his cronies, 14 of them, are so vindictive and crude that it ain't funny." Had the referendum been successful, he would have beaten his chest and shouted, "Hola, hola." So says T.F. Richards. Okie doke, friends. As we move right along here, let's see what else. Oh, yeah, we still have some comments from social media coming your way. And we're going to get to that after we take another little break.
So, babe, Alberto and Beryl come and gone, right? So that means we still have Chris, Debbie, Florence, Michael, Patty, Sarah.
From the looks of it, Tony and Valerie might be coming as well. So we need to pick up some extra hurricane supplies.
You don't know how many hurricanes will be coming this season, so you need to be prepared. At Hubbard's Hardware and Building Supply departments and the Food Fair supermarkets, everything from canned foods, flashlights and batteries, to plywood, tarpaulin, lanterns, roof repair kits, water tanks, etc. are available. For over 90 years, we've helped you prepare for and recover from storms. Hubbard's is an integral part of your hurricane preparedness plan. Get discounts when using credit and debit cards.
Grenadian General Insurance Company, strength and stability. Grenadian General Insurance Company, tell your friends, tell your family. We cover householders comprehensive, motor and even fire too. Contractors all risk burglary, public liability, professional indemnity, directors liability, and wait, we still have more. Come and find out more what you're waiting for.
We are located on Scott Street, St. George's. For more information, call 440-2434.
Tell everybody.
Alrighty, folks, so right now we get into a final little segment here on this rainy Wednesday morning. You know, I try to give everybody a chance to vent, regardless of what side of the fence you happen to be on. And that's one of the things I like about social media. Social media gives you an opportunity to hear a lot of different voices. Some people use them very, very effectively, and some people just use them for evil, if you will. But I came across something here overnight, and I thought I'd share this one with you. Written by a lady who spends a lot of time with us here at Grenada Broadcast. Her name is Beverly Sinclair. It is captioned, Government versus Public Sector Workers in Grenada. Blow by blow. Strike for strike. Pun intended. How do you dig in your heels, then call for parties to return to the negotiating table? To discuss what? To continue the fight? Clear the table, clear the mind, make a fresh start. Public servants have supported every initiative to steer Grenada away from economic disaster. They have deferred, they have waited, they have accepted little when they should have been offered much. Some go above and beyond the call of duty through it all. And it is a shame to see them pitted against each other. What is this war for? Law or no law, the teachers and other public servants are no less entitled to benefit from the sacrifices they have made. Where there is a will, there is a way. All the millions coming to Grenada are a direct result of the support of these same public servants. Now it is too good for them? Muzzle the ox that treads the corn. The outcome must show respect and appreciation for 26 plus years of service. The accolades for Grenada when the CPEA CXC, and Cape results are out. When the GSA brings home the medals. When the flag flies in track and field. When the country qualifies for another loan or grant. It's not the work of the ministers only. It's the public servants who are there making it happen. The shortcomings in the service are strictly the responsibility of management, especially the politicians who abuse the system. So stop treating our teachers and other public officers as if they are second-class citizens trespassing where they have no right. There must be respect for their contributions and for each of them as individuals and human beings. The unions have demonstrated and have a track record to attest that they are willing to talk and negotiate. So there should not be any problem calling a meeting and stepping back from positions to start new talks. The deadlock must be broken. Don't wait for someone to blink. Let mutual respect and civility be the order of the day. Cool off, cool down, and let's try talking and listening to each other, not shouting at and pelting threats at each other. Pilgrims, that was written by Beverly Sinclair. You know, one of the things I admire about that young lady is that she looks at Grenada from both sides, and she speaks her mind. Okay, let's see here now. T.F. Richard says, the vindictive government has began with their threats. This PM is the same guy that said to unions years ago under H.A. Blaze when their salaries were threatened. The back pay is higher than the salary. His words have come back to haunt him. What goes around comes around. So says T.F. Richards. Okay? Now, I mentioned to you earlier on this morning that not a very good day for a cruise ship to be in port, but yeah, cruise ship came in here a little while ago this morning. It's the Azura, and I think she has a capacity of something like 3,100. But guess what? Even though they may get rained on today, tomorrow, let's hope they have a brighter day, because I see that there are two pretty big ones coming in tomorrow with a total of more than 7,000 guests. Not bad. Not bad at all. So it looks like the Grenada Tourism Authority is well on its way to meeting its projections for the 2018-2019 cruise ship season. Well, my dear friends, back to Facebook. Lydia James says, many of the persons who are in government or minister of government were teachers. Why dam the bridge you've crossed? Good question, Lydia. If and when you do get an answer, share it with us, please. I'm sure viewers would love to hear the answer to that. Pilgrims, we're going to pull the curtain down on today's Good Day Grenada. But just before I go, I do have a passage for you. I do hope, as always, that this will be encouraging, sort of lighten up your day a little bit, give you some hope in these very troubled times. It comes to you from the book of Romans, Romans chapter 8, verses 36, 37, 38, and 39. As it is written, for your sake We face death all day long. We are considered as sheep to be slaughtered. No, in all of these things, we are more than conquerors through him who loved us. For I am convinced that neither death nor life, neither angels nor demons, neither the present nor the future, nor any powers, neither height nor depth, nor anything else in all creation will be able to separate us from the love of God that is in Christ Jesus, our Lord. Once again, check it out on your own a little later on today. Romans chapter 8, 36 to 39. Now, let's see. Is there anything I've forgotten? No, I don't think so. So on that note, I'm going to hope that you did take along an umbrella this morning, that you have a really good day at work. No matter how tough things may be, just try and give it your best shot. Try, just like I do. You've seen my challenges out in the open, can't be hidden. But boy, I look forward to coming and sit here every morning and every Sunday morning and then on Thursday nights with the usual suspects. And I just keep on trucking because I do believe in what I'm doing. And I hope that you share those views. So on that note, Georgie Porgy is going to send you God's blessings. Have a great day. And by his grace, we shall get together again tomorrow morning. So, take care, my friends. God bless you.